September will indeed be very interesting when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leos, because after September, a lot is actually going to change. There was a lot that you've been kind of focusing on, and there was a lot that was on your mind within the last 24 months. When I said that there was a lot on your mind within the last 24 months, of course, I'm talking about the things that you have been focusing on, but also it is very important to say that you Leos, you were kind of like, you were focusing on things, you were doing things, you know, you're doing things that you need to do, you do things that you must do and things like that. But at the same time, you know, your focus was very clear, your focus was very sharp. But my point is that at the same time, there was the whole new world in your lives going on. When I say that a whole new world or the whole different world was going on at the same time in your lives, it means that this is a very important time, very important moment in time that is leading to one particular point. And the particular point that this is leading to is you're about to make a huge, massive, absolutely huge decision. And the decision that you're going to make is completely going to be like a reflection of that new life, or that different life that you were thinking about at the same time. Do you know what I mean? I'm saying that you were doing really well, you were like focusing with things, you know, like you were doing things like you normally do. But especially within the last year, there was a lot that started changing with the way you think, with the way you see things, with the way you perceive things. Whether you realize this or not, or whether you're going to realize this at some point, because the very important moment in time is getting near. The important moment in time is the reflection of that way of thinking that you actually had in the last year, which means that you were focusing, you were doing things, but at the same time, something new came through. At the same time, some kind of new unfoldment started to become very significant in your life, and it just covered your life completely. But this is a very important moment in time, because this unfoldment is just a very integral part of your spiritual journey. It is a very integral part of your karma, and that's why you just needed a little time to kind of come to the surface. The end of this year is going to be very insignificant and very important when it comes to like a second stage of this unfoldment. But the bottom line is that the 30th of September, the 30th of September is going to reveal something really important, something really significant, and it's completely going to be based on what you were thinking about or what you were focusing on. Because the bottom line is that the new world is going to literally come up to the surface, and it's going to change absolutely everything when it comes to you. I'm saying that this was all leading to this particular moment, which is going to be the 30th of September. And at that moment that it was actually leading to, it was all the combination of your feelings, combinations of your emotions. It's going to be that new world and that new life that is just became, and it's going to become an integral part of every single Leo, because you guys and girls, you know, are going to go through a really important and really big changes. And this is all going to involve you focusing on your home, and you focusing on a really big change, and you focusing on something that you wanted to do in such a long time. It is all about a certain recognition. It is all about the things that are going to develop. It is all about the way things are going to unfold, and it's all going to lead towards the 30th of September, the very last day of September, which is just so significant, because also as in numerology, number 30 is going to reveal at the same time something very, very peculiar and something very unusual, and an unusual part of your spiritual journey that you are going to find yourself feeling attracted to. Something is also going to happen that at the same time things are going to be kind of speed up, and at the same time you're also going to get and have a really beautiful burst of confidence, because you are indeed going to be dealing with a quite unusual and challenging situation. This is all going to be one step further towards something that you wanted to do for a long time, one step further towards the big change, one step further towards the massive change in your life. And this is not only going to reflect on you, but it's also going to reflect on the big decision that you're going to make, and it's also going to reflect on the people around you and the immediate people around you, people who care about you, and vice versa. This is so important because it's all you wanted to do, all you kind of dreamt of, all you wanted to focus on, and all that you knew this all this time subconsciously and even consciously that you wanted to do this. It's all about the big change. It's all about you making a big step, and it's all about the beginning of a very special and very significant part of your spiritual journey, because after this moment, after September, things are going to start changing full on. And this is why the 30th of September is so important, because everything that's happening in September and everything that you're going to be going through in September, it's going to bring lots of surprises. It's going to bring lots of unusual situations. It's going to bring lots of unusual events. But every single thing is just going to be so strongly connected, and it's just going to become more and more evident for the big change that is just going to become more and more relevant by the time you get to the end of September 2019. You are actually going to realize that a certain relationship is just going to be very important when you make a certain decision, when you make this certain decision. And also that in itself is going to make you realize that there is a certain sacrifice that you're going to need to do. The sacrifice that you're going to need to do, it's again going to be the reflection of everything that I said so far, but of course you're going to need to change things. Of course you're going to need to start changing things, and there is one particular sacrifice that is going to be really, really evident in order for you to kind of move on with your life and actually go for this. And this is all about the recognition. On the 30th of September, it's the part of your life that is going to be unfolded when it comes to you recognizing something very important, you recognizing this change, you recognizing certain decision, you recognizing certain elements of your life that are kind of going to be illuminated in a completely different way, because at the same time you are going to have a quite hermit moment as well. So the veil in between this world and the spirit world on the 30th of September, it's going to be at its thinnest, just like it's how it's on Halloween or Samhain, you know, like, because that particular day is very special, because it's just the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest, which means that it makes us a little bit funny, it makes us a little bit weird, it makes us a little bit like a part of the different dimension, you know, like a type of thing. But also at the same time you're going to be receiving all sorts of messages from your spirit guides. You're going to be dreaming a lot, and also there is your subconscious mind and your intuition is going to be ridiculously enhanced. And this is what this hermit moment is also at the same time going to do. It is going to be very interesting balance of energies that you are going to have, and this is why there is going to be the recognition of certain parts of your life are going to need your attention when it comes to the illumination, and when it comes to things, and when it comes to the certain action. This is going to be absolutely important, because this reflection is not only going to make you realize the certain recognition that is going to be mind-blowing, because you will realize that you came to the really important stage of your life, and it's going to be like now or never, now or never, now or never. This is how important this stage is going to be. And if you don't know what am I talking about, you will see the way the September is going to be, and you will see the way things are going to unfold, the way these things are going to develop, and you will see that you're going to have like a quite really wonderful power that you're going to feel, my gorgeous Leonis. Okay, my gorgeous Leonis, you're going to feel this wonderful power which is going to reflect on you in such a nice way, where if you had like some kind of long ailments and things like that, this is actually going to improve so much. But on another hand, energy levels are going to be brilliant. Also, your professional lives and financial situation is also going to kind of have a really nice step, very promising, and you are going to be able to do something that you wanted to do, but the financial situation didn't allow you, and that is going to be brilliant. Professional life, it's also going to have a very good news, and also the certain dream, certain wish is just going to be very much so evident here, that you are that much that you are so much closer to it, and that's absolutely amazing, and it's absolutely brilliant. Why else the 30th of September is actually going to be really important, my gorgeous, my ever so precious Leone, is because there is going to be a really interesting opportunity that you're going to have, and the opportunity that you're going to have on the 30th of September, it is not going to happen right on that particular day, but it is just going to be an option that is going to become available that you didn't have before, and you will realize that you're going to have to like a little bit change things, adjust things, you know, but this is most certainly going to become very very evident. So that new option, it's also at the same time, it's going to make you feel really optimistic. At the same time, it's going to make you feel really good about yourself. And at the same time, it's going to make you feel like really adventurous. And that's absolutely brilliant, because that in itself is just going to kind of prove something to yourself. And also very important moment in time about the self-rediscovery, and the certain relationships are also going to become evident, and the certain relationships are going to return into your life. And that is also going to kind of give you the certain idea that you wouldn't normally have. But this is absolutely an important moment in time, and you will see exactly what am I saying and why this is going to be so important. Because the 30th of September, you can see and you can imagine like a beautiful spiritual door that you are just going to go through. And once you go through this beautiful spiritual door, you're just going to find yourself on top of the world, and you're going to absolutely like it. This clear focus that you're going to have, at the same time, it's going to become the part of the massive unfoldment, and you are really going to start planning, and you're going to start being very creative when it comes to the second stage of your life. This is so important, because at the same time, you're going on a completely different, completely new, completely significant and very busy spiritual journey. But also at the same time is the changes that are going to reflect on you, where you are. And that in itself is just going to be the beginning of something really, really special, the beginning of something really, really new. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Leos, Leonis, and it's for September 2019. So it's for you, my gorgeous Leos, and it's for September 2019. And your number this month, it's number 15, number 15. Number 15, when it comes to the numerology, also means that you are reaching a very important stage in your life, and this is exactly what I was saying. And this is exactly what I was trying to warn you, because at the same time, this is all great, but you are going to face some kind of challenges, you are going to face some kind of uncertainties, and this is all part of it. This is all part of this spiritual game, where you are kind of facing certain uncertainties, which just makes you feel in a certain way. It brings the certain vibration, it brings a certain energy, and that in itself kind of starts and make a completely new energy, which helps you to reflect in a completely different way. And this is where the secret lies, because this is where you get your spiritual keys, the beautiful invisible spiritual keys that are just going to be all around you and unlocking all sorts of doors for you. You are most certainly going to be surprised quite a few times with your own reaction, but then again, at the same time, you're going to finding out things about yourself throughout September. Indeed, this is all about patience, harmony, and also it's all about you kind of thinking about your life in general, thinking like having a really big picture, having a really important picture about your life and about what you have done so far. But it's just something in particular that is just going to be kind of stuck, that you feel like a little bit stuck in. And that is also going to have a number 15 means that there is a confirmation. That is just, you need to remember to be patient. There is also going to patient. You need to be patient indeed, because there is going to be a particular situation that is going to arise this week, and you're going to feel like, oh no, everything is just going to kind of feel like a little bit negative and a little bit low, because the realization that you're going to have, it's not going to be as quick as something that you started. It's just going to take a little bit longer to actually finish. The certain stage of your life, the certain unfoldment is going to take slightly longer, and you will kind of be the part of the tricky situation. And the tricky situation that you're going to be part of, you just must remember just to keep your cool, my babies. Keep your cool, my gorgeous Leonis. Keep your cool. You're cool normally. You're very good. You have a very strong and very powerful energy, but you're going to be the part of the tricky situation where something is going to be clouded, and you're going to get a slightly different picture, slightly wronger picture, like it's not going to be as successful. You're not going to think like that a certain path of your journey is not going to be as successful, and it's not progressing as fast. Just remember to keep your cool, because at the same time you will be tested, and at the same time there is someone going to be around you who is going to kind of press the wrong buttons. And all I can say to you, just keep going, and rise above the situation. And this is something to do, and that is just going to be the best thing to do, because shortly after you will see see that the things are actually again going to unfold in a certain way, and then something is going to happen where you're going to have a clear picture, where you're going to completely realize that it is all about you, your spiritual journey, your accomplishment, you going on the next stage of your life, next level of your life. But also it's just all about the actual patience. Okay, it's about just keep going. And also, what else I was going to say that is just going to be so important, like basically to do the certain adjustment when it comes to your life, and also like the certain influence. There's this beautiful person that is going to be around you, and that particular person that is going to be around you, it's also going to be the perfect person to influence you, because there is a certain idea that you're going to get, and that's really good, because at the same time it's just there is the success that it's actually going to come through this. On another hand, what number 15 means as well, that you're going to see and you're going to have your omen this month. And your omen is going to be really important, because what your omen is going to reveal is just going to kind of reveal something, that some kind of new idea to you. New idea, something that was at the back of your mind, something that you were thinking about, something that you were focusing on, and that new idea is going to be really important, because it is just going to be something that it's going to last for a really long time, something that is going to be unbreakable, and something that is going to be probably one of the best things you have done in a long time, and something that is also going to make you feel very active, and something that is also going to make you feel very optimistic. When you're thinking about it, the vibration is going to be very important. The vibration is going to be risen to the certain point where you're going to feel really optimistic, that you're going to feel really great about it. I mean, this is brilliant, because at the same time this is all about the actual omen that you're going to have, and that omen that you're going to have, as I said, it's going to reveal, it's going to reveal something that is going to make you feel really satisfactory, and something that is just going to start making sense to you, because lots of other things are going to start making sense indeed when it comes to your life, and especially the things that happened before, and especially the things that you didn't kind of they didn't kind of make sense. This is most certainly going to be a wake-up call, but the bottom line is that the omen that you're going to have and you're going to receive, it's going to be in the form of a little bird, and that bird is going to be the answer. That bird is going to be very strong omen. That bird is going to make sense like there is no tomorrow, and you will see exactly what I mean, because something is going to become very sharp after that moment in time. Something is going to become very significant when it comes to your life and when it comes to your spiritual journey. This is so important, because you're going to start feeling very active and very determined indeed, but it's all about that particular idea that you're going to have, and that idea is going to be mind-blowing, and it's going to bring you an amazing and incredible opportunity. And if you're wondering whether this opportunity is going to be good or not, it's most certainly going to be very good, and it's going to be something that is actually going to bring you the whole new perspective, but it's also going to come as a financial opportunity and an opportunity in general that is absolutely going to change your life. This is amazing, because it is going to give you great determination, initiative, strength, activity, power, and you will know that this is going to be leading towards your own success. You will know that this is going to change your life. You will know that this is going to be open the door like you've never had them open before. They will be open as wide like you've never had them open before. And this is why this is going to feel so good, because at the same time it's going to be the important part of your strength, important part of your focus, and important part of your rebirth indeed. When it comes to your health, my gorgeous Leonis, when it comes to your health, you see, I said like a long ailments that are going to, that you had, that you didn't see any improvements, are actually going to be, this is going to be an important time, because the long ailments, you will realize that they're actually going to improve, and especially when it comes to your bones, and especially when it comes to your muscles, and especially when it comes to your back. You see, lower back, your shoulders and things like that. But on another hand, it is rather important for me to mention and say that you will need and benefit like there is no tomorrow. You will benefit from the vitamin D. You need to top up on your vitamin D. You need to top up on your magnesium. You need to top up on your calcium as well. And at the same time, it's just so important like to keep on taking like a spirulina. I said about spirulina so many times, I'm sorry, but it is a very good supplement to take. It's a very important supplement to take, and sometimes, especially with the certain signs, there are certain supplements that are actually absolutely ridiculously important, and especially when it comes to the particular months where you're going to be really busy, I highly suggest you to take spirulina, organic spirulina, in a tablet form or in a powder form, and basically without any chemicals or anything like that. If you are on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, just check with your doctor, check with your GP, because they can tell you if you can take these supplements or not. But I highly recommend you to take this, and I highly recommend you to take them natural, organic, and without any unnecessary ingredients, okay? And also it is rather important for you to try to cut down on coffee and sugar this month, and at the same time try to drink lots of water, because the water is going to be an integral part of you flushing out the toxins out of the body, and it's going to be important because you're going to be going through quite a lot actually. Okay, so now basically I'm just going to start with the dates that are going to be significant for you, that are going to be important. The first date, it's actually going to be on the 4th of September, my gorgeous Leonis. The first date that is going to be rather important is going to be on the 4th of September, because this is all about you feeling your Vavum energy, you feeling your creativity, you feeling your power. You will feel very sexy and very nice and very important indeed. But this is going to be the perfect part of the perfect combination of energies. And now you're going to realize that there is something on your mind in the morning. Pay attention to what's on your mind the very first thing in the morning, because this is the spirit world is going to try to let you know something, to pay attention to something that is already the part of your life, already part of your spiritual journey, but it's going to come through as in one word, and it's all going to kind of help you to pay attention to the certain part of your life, certain part of your journey. Just watch this space. This is going to be an important moment in time when it comes to your development, my gorgeous Leonis. Okay, what else I was going to say, that basically what it's the 4th of September, it's going to bring a beautiful beginning of something very important, and the beginning of something very meaningful when it comes to you making a certain decision. The decision that you're going to make is going to be like so significant and very important, and it's going to feel really good. That at the same time certain things are going to start making sense. It's going to be very positive when it comes to you, very positive when it comes to your family, very positive when it comes to society. The whole new direction, the whole new dimension is going to be revealed, but you're going to like it. You're going to like this so much, because it is just going to bring a beautiful and harmonious energy, and you're just going to start feeling this cool energy, powerful energy, but in a very cool and calming way. And this is how you're going to know that you've just like thinking about the right decision, because the certain decision is just going to become very, very strongly evident in this moment in time. This is all about you changing your life, and it's all about you making yourself happy, you making yourself free, you liberating yourself. This is going to be very important and liberating moment indeed. On another hand, when it comes to the certain unsatisfied desire and the certain struggle, when it comes to your life and when it comes to things that you do that are making you really unhappy, now this is all going to start making sense, because the certain things are going to be revealed at the same time, and this is why this is going to be something that is going to be keeping you going. It's so important, because sometimes only if I go back like about a month or so, if I would be talking about this, if I would be focusing on this, it would be kind of make you feel that you're like unwilling to make like a necessary effort, because you would think that this part of your life it's not important. Well, this is the way this beautiful change is actually going to happen, because now most certainly by the end of the day on the 4th of September, you are, my babies, going to be going through a really important suspension, transition and change. And it's all about, you're basically abandoning, making a really important decision to abandon the certain part of your life that it's making you feel like a very negative, that is making you feel quite bored, because you know that it just came to an end, and karmically this is what it normally happens. But you will know that it also is going to become evident certain sacrifice right here, right on the 4th of December, more than ever. And it's all about the readjustment, regeneration and rebirth, but most certainly it's going to feel really, really good indeed. September, it's also going to be rather important day, rather important months, rather important months to actually do some smudging, very important to close the doors everywhere, do this every month like I would suggest, but sometimes certain months are more important than ever, because you're spiritually going to be rather open, which means that you will be very intuitive throughout September, but also at the same time you will be open and you will kind of be exposed to all sorts of energies indeed. In order to protect yourself, it's always good to smudge your home with a dry white sage, and also like you at the same time you smudge yourself as well. So if you feel like a little bit sick a couple of days later, you will know that you actually had a certain and significant amount of negative energy within you, and this is why. Then a few days later you're going to feel absolutely amazing. The link to buy this is in the description below, and by buying things from my channel you are also supporting my channel as well. The second important day, my gorgeous Leonis, it's actually going to be on the 18th of September. Now the 18th of September is going to bring you a swift change, quick change, and also very important that that change is going to be it's going to come with a little trick. Okay, you're going to get surprised, and it's going to be rather surprising, but at the same time it's just going to help you to kind of see the situation from a slightly different angle. It's going to be good. But you see, it's just all about a certain advice that you took not that long ago, all about a certain person in your life that had a really good reflection in you, that inspired you in a certain way, not on that particular day, but it happened before and it was leading to that day, and subconsciously you kind of started like developing your life in a certain way. You realized a certain new direction that you wouldn't normally realize, and this is all about you picking up the certain elements of this other person that just sharpened up your intuition. And it's very important because what is going to happen on the 18th of September is the continuation of this, and it's a swift change and it's a sudden progress, and this is going to surprise you, and this is going to be good, and this is going to be positive. But the bottom line is, the problem is that is going to bring you the actual very negative situation. I'm sorry, that is going to bring you a really bizarre situation, because at the same time I need you to be a little bit careful, especially on the 18th of September, my gorgeous Leonis, my gorgeous Leonis, my gorgeous Leonis. Be careful, because there is a little devil going to be around you, and I don't like when the little devil is around you in particular, because you're nice people, you're very open-minded, you're very strong, you're very powerful in many different ways. You're most certainly not horrible, you're not evil, or you're not low vibration, low energy signs whatsoever. You are good people, and you do things very optimistically, and you do very thorough. Whatever you do, you normally do very thorough indeed. But what am I saying is just there is somebody going to be around you. I need you to be a little bit careful. Keep certain things to yourself. Don't try to talk about everything on this particular day to someone who you don't know. Try to stay away from some kind of negotiations on this particular day. Try to stay away from signing something really big or something really important on this particular day. And also it is just basically be very careful, because there is somebody going to be who's also like a love material wealth, some kind of usurer, somebody who's using people, and somebody who's not really good. This person has got such a low vibration and such a low energy that I can't even look at this card for much longer, because I can connect to this particular energy and I can connect to this particular situation, and I don't like it. So basically what you do, my gorgeous Leon, is just stay away from any negotiations or anything like that. You see, you are by the end of that day going to kind of have a certain news or information about a certain accomplishment, but it is nothing to do with this. So there is going to be kind of positive news by the end of the day about a certain accomplishment, but it has nothing to do with you. It's to do with your home, it's to do with what you're creating, and it's to do with the second stage of your life. It's a really big complex. But here, when I said that this person, you just make sure that you're maybe having around you a dark little crystal or a dark little stone, like a black tourmaline or a black onyx, or hematite. It would be even good. And also you could kind of have like a salt in each side of your pocket. I know it sounds weird, but a salt is very important, and it's very significant when it comes to protecting ourselves and our energy, when it comes to grounding and things like that. So this is what I would do. So just be very careful about that little devilish person who is like a bit of a user around you. But then again, at the same time, you're going to gain some kind of insight through this situation. You're going to gain some kind of insight, and this is actually going to be rather important time for you, because through this situation you're going to get some kind of wiseness, and that wiseness is going to help you to make a certain decision and to change it slightly, and it's all going to stem from this situation. So this is very important indeed. I highly recommend you to get a lapis lazuli, my babies, which is also known as a stone of an ancient Egypt. And this lapis lazuli comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. But the lapis lazuli, it's going to beautifully make you and help you to remember your dreams and to remember your spiritual messages, because we get them all the time. We have astral projections all the time. We're all psychic. psychic, you see, and as more as we practice this, the more psychic we'll become. And this is the same thing when it comes to our dreams and things like that. Lapis lazuli is going to enhance your dreams. It's going to enhance your third psychic eye, but it's also going to help you to remember your dreams. So this is something that I highly recommend you to get, and the link is in the description below. And by buying this, you're also supporting my channel as well, of course. Okay, so the third important day, my gorgeous Leonis, it's actually going to be on the 28th of September. Now the 28th of September, it is going to be like, my lord, you've got like a half and a half. It's just like a lot of like a yin yang you have got throughout the month, which is absolutely perfect, and it's exactly how it should be, because every single yin yang moment, it's also going to raise a certain vibration. It's going to raise this particular energy, which is on another hand going to make you, shake you up a little bit and make you react in a slightly different way, because your eyes are going to be wide open indeed. So there is going to be the certain unrealistic situation that it's going to bounce back on the 28th of September, something that you have been focusing on, my babies, something that you have been doing, but it's slowly coming to an end, something that you've tried, but no, baby, no. Sometimes, you know, certain things in our lives come to an end, whether this is to do with the people, whether this is to do with the work, with the career, and even if we don't want it, you know, when things don't start changing, when things don't start moving, when we don't feel so optimistic and as you know, strong about certain parts of our lives, you know, and this is the moment in time when we realize that karmically the certain things came to an end, and karmically now it's time to move on. As soon as we move on, something else is going to become really available. So what is going to happen on that 28th of September? There is a mature decision that you're going to make, my gorgeous Leonis. When I say mature decision that you're going to make, this is going to be the decision. I say mature because it is going to be something that you will not be too excited about, something that you will not be too happy about, but because you were trying, but you will know that it's important to stop because it came to an end. And that's why it's going to be a mature decision, because you're going to make a really powerful decision, and that in itself is just going to relieve you so much almost immediately. The negative energy is just going to pick up, and something else is going to become available to you. You will not be aware of it straight away, but most certainly it will happen 2 weeks later. What else is going to happen on this day? This is going to be followed by the really important transformation, clearing away the old in order to make the way for the new. So you're also going to have a really important new moon moment as well. And the new moon moment means every single new moon that we have, you always clear away the old in order to make a space for the new. This is very important replacement of energy that is actually being given to you to act as a really wonderful option, because this replacement of energy means that literally you to replace a little candle if you've got it home, and then bring another candle. Even better, you take a little statue out, you give it to somebody like a gift, and then you buy it for yourself. Even better, karmically, you give it to someone as a gift. However, you know, it would be nice to replace things, to give them away or get rid of them and bring something else new in. And that is just going to be very good and very positive for your vibration and for your energy. And it's so much to do with the yin yang. It's very important to keep on like changing things around so the energy doesn't become too stale. Okay, what else I was going to say, and it's rather important, that the 28th of September is just going to kind of let you know, like, hello my darling, hello, little spirit is going to be around you. And very important moment in time, because you will feel like you want to do the certain new stage, like when it comes to the learning experience. And this is going to be so important, because the learning experience, that's something that you've never thought about before, something that was never part of your energy, something that you were never focusing on before, is just going to become like very, very significant here. This could be really huge, and this could be really massive. This could be really tiny. It depends. If you're working like in a certain career, you're doing something and you're happy where you are, for example, then some other option is just going to become like evident there, like maybe slightly different direction, but it's still the same thing. Something like that, like a little, and something like a little bit different, and something new that is just going to become the part of your spiritual journey. And it's going to seem like tiny, but it's going to be the beginning of really important and significant accomplishments. So whatever you see that you could learn, that you could focus on, just go for it, go for it, go for it, because it is going to bring you a great determination, initiative and strength, and at the same time it's just going to become a brand new beginning, like a whole new adventure. Absolutely fantastic and absolutely wonderful indeed. Okay, so now going on the very first part of September 2019, my gorgeous Leones, it is all about you feeling yourself again. Lots of energy, lots of excitement from the very first part of September, because as I said, you know, time will be ticking, time will be ticking, time will be ticking. You will feel and you will know, you will feel this beautiful energy and optimism, because you will know that the time is getting closer when you make a big change, and that change is something that you've wanted to do in such a long time. Many years ago you were like kind of thinking about this, maybe subconsciously, maybe consciously, but most certainly this is going to be an amazing return, because you will realize this is going to be the only way to set yourself free, the only way to let go grow of the beautiful wings and just fly. And also it is going to be the only moment in time when you're going to realize that it's an important abandonment of your life. It's going to be evident here, and this is going to be so good, because also you need to just remember not to rush with anything, not to rush with things at all. The important thing to remember is in moderation, one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. Be very open-minded and keep on being assertive like there is no tomorrow, my gorgeous Leones. Okay, keep on being assertive, because also that is going to help you release yourself from an enslavement situation. When I say an enslavement situation, means that categorically, and it means like energetically, and it means like that our life just, it's really going to have a massive change, because it is to do with the stage of your life coming to an end. And I can't explain how big this is going to be. I can't explain, because this is going to lead towards a big change. As I said, I repeat, this is a years old. It's like years ago it started, when you wanted to do this and you knew this and you tried a certain way, certain path, certain journey, but now this is all going to make sense. That the situation that made you feel a little bit depressed and disappointed in the last few months, it's coming to an end. And especially when it comes to some kind of enslavement, and I say enslavement is like when you are like part of the situation, part of the spiritual journey, you just have to keep going, but you don't feel happy, you don't feel too ecstatic, you don't feel too ecstatic or too happy, because you know that there is so much better for you out there. You know that you need to edit your life, you know that you need to change your life in order to make yourself happy. This is what I'm talking about, that this is going to be a big decision, and it's going to become evident. And also at the same time you will release yourself from the enslavement situation when it comes to your karma, when it comes to your spiritual journey. But this is important moment in time, because when it comes to the certain possession, something is going to become very important and very significant when it comes to the certain possession, and you will need to make a certain decision. I need to say something to you, Leos. Be very careful and trust your own instincts. Do not ask anyone else or anything like that what they think or what they would do. It's to do with you, it's to do with your possession, and you need to trust your own instincts, because your reflection is going to be very powerful, very important and very significant, and you are going to be able to reflect on your particular situation better than anyone else. So when it comes to making decision about a certain possession, my gorgeous Leones, just basically trust your instincts. This is so important indeed. By the time we get to the second part of September 2019, my gorgeous Leones, this is all about a certain teamwork that is just going to kind of have a really nice outcome, really good outcome, something that you were like kind of focusing on with other people, something that you have been working on with other people, something that you wanted to achieve with other people is just going to have a really nice balance here. And it's also going to be really good, because at the same time there is not going to be as perfect, as good, as important, as huge as what you thought, but then again it's going to be good. It's going to be the beginning of something very special, the beginning of some kind of new stage in your life. But at the same time it's going to be good because it's very much so connected to your practicality and security. So it is going to be like a completion, certain completion is going to come to the certain point. Also, you know, you're going to be kind of wondering about a certain future planning, especially at around the mid-September, and you will not be too sure, like yes or no, yes or no, yes yes or no. Both answers would kind of make sense, but yes is going to be the right answer, because the yes is going to be the time, the important moment in time, which is going to lead towards your own celebration, because of the certain energy is going to be activated, and that energy is going to illuminate those parts of your life that should be illuminated. And it's time. It's so important, because at the same time you need to answer yes, as I said, but also the certain travel and journey is going to be really significant here. Please, for once, it's so important for you to break yourself free a little bit, to just change the environment. If you didn't, it's going to be important for you to change your environment in September, because it's going to do you good. It's going to do you good to your spiritual journey. Okay. On another hand, it is just basically a very good somebody is going to also test you a little bit by being like a little bit naughty mid-September. You know, somebody is going to test you a little bit by being a little bit naughty mid-September to the last part of September, indeed. And it's just going to make you feel like, oh God, get off or something, you know. But just remember, please, it is just forgive them. It is not about them testing you. I think it's more like about someone already tested you, and this is going to kind of like continue a little bit, and it's going to return like more like in your mind, where you're going to be like a little bit angry about that situation from the mid to the last part of September. And it's just so important. Please, karmically, you're going to be super powerful. You do not have a time to be negative. You do not have a time to keep hold of any grudges, because at the moment in time when your energy is so powerful and it's so strong, if you're holding a grudge to someone, if you don't forgive things to people, this is just going to hold you back. It is going to cause, I know it sounds weird, but it is going to work against you eventually, because it's going to cause a certain amount of energy, a negative energy, that is just going to block you from like feeling yourself, and block you from feeling free, because that part of your spiritual journey, it's not going to be achieved. Please listen to me very carefully. Just remember to forgive and forget, to forgive and forget, to forgive and forget. Please, whoever comes into your mind and whoever tries to makes you a little bit stroppy, a little bit nervous, whatever it happens, just forgive and forget, and then your eyes are going to be fully wide open, and you're going to get a clear focus with something very significant and particular in your life. But it's only going to happen after that situation. It is going to be beautiful healing energy that you're going to have, and that healing energy is just going to kind of set you free. On another hand, when it comes to the certain authority at the end of September as well, the certain authority is just kind of going to maybe not come up, and maybe not come out in the certain way that you wanted to. They may not be as quick as certain praise. They may not be as quick with certain offer, but don't be too negative or don't be too sad, because most certainly that is actually going to be really good for your balance, because that in itself is going to activate really important stage of your life. So don't be negative or don't be sad if you don't get something on time when it comes to your professional life, professional work, financial situation, because that in itself is actually going to be really good. So the negative situation is going to shake you up to the point where the positive situation is going to arise, and immediate yin yang is going to help you to emerge in a completely different way. And believe me or not, the balance that you're going to get, it's also going to become like two choices at the same time, and the most certain it is going to be the brand new beginning that you're going to have, the brand new adventure, bright new prospect, and bright new option that you're going to have after this point. It's so good, because at the same time you will be able to change your life, you will be able to edit your life, you will be able to adjust your life, especially when it comes to the certain person trying to control you, somebody really horrible, somebody really negative, somebody not really good around you is controlling you, I'm afraid, and it's time to move on from that person who's controlling you. And this is going to be the moment in time that you're actually going to start doing just that, and you're going to start having a very successful situation, and this is going to become like a beautiful inspiration and potential, because you escaped somebody who was bringing you down, somebody who had a negative impact on you. This is so important, because you will realize that when you're away from that person, when you move away from that person, you're completely different. You're yourself. When you're with that person, when you're around that person, you're not yourself, and that's not good, because you're not feeling free. That's not good, because that person is holding you down. That's not good, because that person is just making you feel negative instead of making you feel positive. That's not good, because it's time to move on from that person. That's why I can see you like being ready for anything, being really free, feeling really excited. And also the couple of choices that you're going to have at the end of September are going to be absolutely amazing. And the choices that you are going to have, it's going to be very much so connected to one is going to be like a financial choice, and another choice is also going to be the choice that you're going to make when it comes to the certain relationships that is also going to become an important and integral part of your spiritual journey, and something that is going to happen that is going to last for a long time. An important decision you're going to need to make as well, you are going to make at the end of September, and the important decision that you're going to make, it's going to be so significant for you to do it then at the end of September rather than wait later on, because in September you know that land is going to be rather fertile, and that fertile land is most certainly going to be very beneficial when it comes to your own particular transition and rebirth and change, because most certainly after September a lot is going to start changing and the whole new direction is going to be revealed. Absolutely brilliant months indeed, my gorgeous Leonis. Another thing that I was going to recommend to you is just to get like an amethyst. Look at this beautiful amethyst pendant. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. It's so important to get an amethyst because it's going to help you to be more psychic, but at the same time it's just going to be very good for your vibration, very good for your psychic energy, and it's also going to protect you. I really like it because it's a very good protector, because you are going to be open spiritually throughout this month. Then you're going to be getting all sorts of information, especially in September, throughout September. So on another hand, an amethyst is going to help you with the grounding, but it's also going to protect you, but it's still going to make your psychic energy even more clear, more powerful, more significant indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually in relationship. You know, my God, Leos, my gorgeous Leonis, my gorgeous Leonis, my gorgeous Leonis. For those of you that are in relationship, this month, you know, things are going to be just so important. The things are going to be so significant because you will both know, you will both have a really beautiful smile on your face. You will both have a really nice smile on your face because you will know that the things are changing, you know, and some really big option, you know, is just going to become available, and it's going to become more evident that you're both going to really change your life. You're both going to move on with your life so much together. You're going to create something very important together. You will know that you're getting closer, one step closer to something really big, to a big and important change. You will be supported by the people, you will be supported by the family, and people are going to be proud of you. You're going to be proud of yourself as well. This is a very important moment in time when it comes to those of you in relationship, because it's all about the home, happiness, and a big change that you are going to have, and a really important decision, and that much step closer. Huge step towards your own dream, huge step towards your own harmony, huge step towards your own emotions, huge step towards you two changing your life by doing something really big and making this really important decision together. Indeed, my gorgeous Leonis. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle. Do you know what, Leos? This is incredible. Look at this, because you know something very important is going to happen, and it's going to happen in such a significant way. You are indeed going to be like really rediscovering yourself in many different ways. You're going to be rediscovering your connections in many different ways. You're going to be like kind of find yourself being part of the places that you wouldn't normally be. You're going to find yourself being very adventurous as well at the same time, but also you are going to be praised up. People are going to praise you up because this is going to be a great month. Remember, you're going to be watched, you're going to be challenged, and also when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, even if you're retired, it doesn't matter. When it comes to you, what you like doing, when it comes to your skills, when it comes to you doing things that you're really good at, something is going to happen. Something is going to happen because you're going to need to pay attention to the certain part of your life when it comes to something that you like doing, because something else is going to manifest like vavavumish, like there is no tomorrow. At the same time, that is going to take your mind. At the same time, that is going to activate you, and at the same time, you're going to also realize somebody really important important. It's about to enter your life. Somebody is going to become the part of your journey when you're focusing on your skills, when you're focusing on what you like doing, but also the certain option is going to become available. So when you least expected, because when a certain opportunity, financial opportunity gonna become available for you this month, this is when this wonderful person is gonna come through. This is when this wonderful person is gonna come forward. Somebody's just going to become the part of your bubble here. Somebody is just going to become the part of your spiritual journey, and this is going to be just the beginning, okay? But it's so much going to be about that person that is just going to help you to reflect your life later on. This is someone that you're going to meet that is going to stay, someone that you're going to meet that is going to change your life indeed. But at the same time, it is just so much to do with like you feeling so good, you feeling so ecstatic about that person. There is something going to be about that person that you're going to feel just so right about it. Not only that person is going to be very clever, very smart, very intelligent indeed, but it's something to do with that person's life. You know, that person is very important, that person is making nice money, that person is very successful, that person is very smart, very clever, but especially when it comes to their education, their family life, but their education is something to do with the justice, something that they're deciding for other people. But on another hand, you will find this as your justice, because there is going to be so much about that person that is just going to be like, oh my God, so perfect for you. And when you meet this person, you will be able to focus on your life like so further, you know, with this person, and normally you wouldn't even think that far. And that's how you will know that this person is going to be an integral part of your spiritual journey indeed. The way they're going to make you feel, it's going to be it's going to be like a very Varavumish indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Leos, my gorgeous Leonis, I love you all to bits. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Okay, look, I'm all sweaty now, sorry. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, healing, lots of love and light. Okay, my gorgeous Leonis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.